Hello everyone, I am Professor Shraddha Banode from Department of Electrical Engineering, St. Vincent Pallotti College of Engineering and Technology, Nagpur. Welcome to the world of electrical machines. I'm going to tell you exactly what is electrical machines, its types, its classification, and what is the basic principle on which the electrical machines work. First of all, let me tell you that if it is electrical machines, its either input is electrical or its output is electrical. So here we are going to deal with both type of machines, that is with electrical input as well as with electrical output. When we talk about electrical machines, there are basically two types. When you give the mechanical energy into the machine and you are getting an electrical output, it is called as generator, or it is also called as alternator if it is alternating type, if the current is alternating current. Another type, when electrical energy is given into a machine and you are getting mechanical energy as the output, it is called as motor. So we can say that machines can be classified as generator or motor. Generator, when mechanical energy is given into the machine and you are getting output as electrical energy, it is generator. If you are giving electrical energy as input and you are getting mechanical energy as an output, it is called as electrical motor. So it's very confirmed that generator converts mechanical power into electrical power and motor converts electrical power into mechanical power. But what makes them do so? So there is magnetic field involved. When you are giving a mechanical energy into a machine, because of the magnetic field present inside the machine, the mechanical energy is converted into electrical in generator. Similarly, in motor, when the electrical energy is given as input to the motor, the magnetic field is present inside the motor, which is helping electrical energy to get converted into mechanical energy, which is the output of the motor. Have you heard about transformer? Is it a machine or not? Let's see. We know that transformer is a device which transforms power from one circuit to another circuit, or we can say from one voltage level to other voltage level without changing its frequency. This is called as transformer. You must have seen transformer before, you must have learned transformer before. While studying, we used to make transformer in such a way. There is a magnetic core and there are two windings wounded around it. But practically when you see transformer, it looks like this, which is placed in a closed container filled with oil, and then you have such cooling fins around it to give it a cooling temperature for the cooling purpose. Anyway, so let's try to understand what is the difference between generator motor and transformer. So let me help you understand that transformer is also a machine, but the exception is that transformer doesn't have any rotating part. So the question may arise that if doesn't have any rotating part, how we can call it a machine? Yes, generators and motors have rotating part and we call it machine, but transformer also works on the same principle. It is a static device. Static means stationary. It does not have any rotating part, but still it transforms power from one circuit to another circuit. What is the main principle behind working of all these transformer, generator and motor? Whether it is AC machine or DC machine, it works on the principle of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. What Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction says? It says that EMF gets induced whenever the magnetic flux links with the coil and it changes with time. Or, in other words, we can say the EMF generated in any conductor is proportional to rate of change of flux. Hence, the EMF induced is proportional to d phi by dt, which is nothing but rate of change of flux with respect to time. How it can be applied to our machine? So that is the principle of generator. What our generator does? When we are giving mechanical energy to the generator, there is a movement in the magnetic field. And because the flux is linking with the conductor as well as it is changing because of the movement, the EMF gets induced. And that's what is the generator principle. The EMF induced in the generator is given by Fleming's right-hand rule. Now what Fleming's right-hand rule says? Fleming's right-hand rule says if you keep your three fingers of the right hand perpendicular to each other, like your thumb stretched, index finger and middle finger. If you stretch these three fingers right angle to each other and thumb represents the direction of motion, if the conductor is placed in the magnetic field, in which direction the conductor is moving. That's what the thumb is representing. So it is representing motion. Other finger, that is index finger, is representing the magnetic field. And now I can say if my thumb is showing the direction of motion of conductor, magnetic field is showing the direction of magnetic field, index finger is showing the direction of magnetic field, the middle finger gives you the direction of EMF induced in the generator. And that rule is applied to generators. If this is the generator principle, then what is the motor's principle? We know that the motor is a machine which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. And the basic principle on which this motor works is whenever a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a mechanical force. There is a magnetic field again, there is a conductor, but now the conductor is already carrying current and hence it will experience a force. The direction in which it will move the conductor will be given by Fleming's left-hand rule. Now, if you again stretch three fingers of your left hand, that is thumb, index finger and middle finger, where the direction of middle finger will now give you the direction of current which is flowing in the conductor. Direction of index finger will be same, that is magnetic field, and thumb will now give you the direction of conductor. So the conductor will move in the direction of thumb, and this rule is applicable for motors. So now let's try to understand that there are two rules defining the direction: Fleming's left-hand rule, Fleming's right-hand rule. Fleming's left-hand rule is applicable to motor and it gives you the direction of motion, while Fleming's right-hand rule is applicable to generator, which gives you direction of induced EMF in the generator. Please keep these things in mind. So if we understand this, let's move forward to electrical machines classification. Now we already have seen just now that electrical machines can be classified mainly as generator and motor. When you are getting electrical as output, it is a generator. When you are giving electrical as input, it is a motor. Then they are further classified irrespective of whether they are converting to mechanical or they are getting mechanical energy into electrical energy. There is one more important point which we need to consider is whether the electrical energy or the electrical current you are getting or you are giving is direct current or alternating current, whether it is DC or AC. Depending upon that, electrical machines are firstly classified as DC machines and AC machines. I again repeat, in generator, if you are getting DC output, or you in motor, if you are giving DC electrical input, then it comes under the category of DC machines. If generator is giving you AC current as output or you're giving AC current as input to the motor, it comes under the category of AC machines. Let's move forward. DC machines are again classified as DC generator and DC motor. So as I told you, if you are getting DC current as output, it will be DC generator. If you are giving DC current as input to the motor, then it is DC motor. We have already studied DC generator and DC motor in details in 4th semester, where the further classification of DC machines are shunt type, series type and compound type. Let's move forward to AC machines. Again, AC machines can be classified as AC generator and AC motor. AC generators are also called as synchronous generators and it is also called as alternators. Synchronous generators, alternators or AC generators. These are the main generators which are used in all the power systems to generate electricity. Whether it is thermal power stations or it is hydro power station, AC generators are used everywhere as the main source of producing electricity. AC motors are further classified as synchronous motor and induction motor. Induction motors are also called as asynchronous motors. Now let me tell you here that synchronous motors are those motors which runs with synchronous speed. It either runs with synchronous speed or it never runs at all. An induction motor, which we already studied, is the motor which never runs with synchronous speed. Yes, it never runs with synchronous speed and hence it comes under the category of asynchronous motor. So this is the main classification of electrical machines. If we summarize this classification, DC machines part as well as induction motor part we clearly studied in 4th semester. In 5th semester, we are going to concentrate on AC generators as well as synchronous motors. So we will have very simple differentiation classification between DC motor and AC motor. This is quite revision of DC motors which we are already studied and we will be comparing it with AC motors which we are going to study now. So DC motor converts direct current into mechanical energy while AC motor converts alternating current into mechanical energy. DC motors are classified as shunt, series and compound motor. AC motors are mainly of two types, synchronous motors and asynchronous motors, that is induction motors. In DC motors, commutators and carbon brushes are present, while in AC motors they are absent. Because of the presence of commutator and carbon brushes, maintenance is required in AC motors, while less maintenance is required in AC motors as compared to DC motors. In DC motors, the armature rotates while the magnetic field remains stationary. That is what we have studied. In AC motors, we are going to study that the armature is stationary and the magnetic field is rotating. DC motors are mostly applicable wherever variable speed is required, while AC motors are used where constant speed is required. Thank you.